Okay, welcome to today's tutorial, and today we will be cutting a basic skirt on fabric. So the first thing, I'm going to let you know the allowance that is needed to cut your basic skirt. This is our front pattern. This is our front pattern, and this is our center front, which will be cut on fold. When you see this mark, you know that it is an unfold mark. And this is the side pattern, which you can use between 1 to 1.5 inches for the allowance. This is the upper part that will be using 0.5 for the seam allowance, while the M will be 1 inch for the allowance. And for the back pattern too, this back pattern, we are cutting two pieces. We are cutting two of this. This is the center back that carries our zip allowance. It carries our zip allowance, and our zip allowance will be 0.5 to 1 inch. So as a case may be, so as a beginner, you can use 1 inch. So for our side pattern, for our side back, we are adding whatever you had to the front pattern is what you had to the back pattern. So if we are using 1.5 for the front pattern, we use 1.5 inches for the back pattern too. And then for the center back, we had 1 inch for the zip allowance. The M is 1 inch too, while the upper part that carries the band has 0.5 as the same allowance. So let's cut on fabric. We are cutting on this calico fabric. Now when you have your calico fabric, you have to iron out such that you don't have too much crease line like this. Ensure that the fabric you are using is ironed out. But this calico fabric is so rumpled, but you're going to manage it that way. So for the front, I'm cutting the front pattern first. For the front pattern, we cut on fold, and we had our necessary allowances. So this is our front pattern. This is the part that carries center front, and it carries the unfold part. So while you sew to, you learn how to manage your fabric. You can move to the side of the fabric, so that now you need a lot of pins to work with when you're cutting on fabric, because you need to secure your patterns on your fabric. So ensure that you have it really close to the pattern. So ensure you have enough fabric to accommodate your 1 inch for the seam allowance. Okay. Ensure you secure very well with your pins. And then we go ahead to mark. Don't forget we are adding 1.5 inches to the side. 1.5 this way. Your hem part, we had 1 inch to our hem part, and to the upper part we had our 0.5. And then you can connect together. And then you cut on the line that you have marked. Cut on the line that you have marked. So you have your front pattern ready. Don't forget, before you remove your paper, ensure that you mark your dart intake. Mark where you're going to take in your dart. So our front pattern is ready. So here we have our back pattern. Here's our back pattern. Always identify your patterns. This is your center back, this is our side back. So you need 1 inch allowance here, you need 1.5 here. So I'm going to place your fabric such that it can accommodate all your allowances, and then you use your pin, secure. Okay, once you secure, then you start your marking. Don't forget we have 1.5 for our side allowances. 1.5, 1.5, and on our hem part we have 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Ensure that you connect it. Now for the center back, we have our 1 inch to 1 inch. Now remember, this is a basic skirt pattern. 0.5 for our so we cut out. So before you remove your paper, like we did for the front pattern, you mark or notch out your pattern, your dart and your zip allowance. The zip allowance here too, can mark it out like this, and there you go, your basic skirt pattern and the front pattern here and your back pattern here. So that is basically your how to cut out your skirt pattern. Thanks for watching. Kindly like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.